Hey yo, what up, boo? Congrats on graduating! Woo! Wow, it was exactly a year ago that we accidentally bumped into each other in our art history class, and ever since then we would chill at the tables and go in Discord, procrastinating on our papers, and you would leech on my notes. That's alright, it's okay. We were suffering together, and yeah, I remember we were talking about our our study abroad trip, Italy, RIP. I hope that we get to do it maybe later in life, but yeah, dude, I just wanted to say thank you for being my friend. I wouldn't have survived the class without you, and yeah, just seeing our friendship grow over quarantine and over that semester in art history was really fun, and I really admire your creativity and your willingness to work on projects even in a time like this. So yeah, dude, I hope to keep in touch with you, and yeah, say hi to Peaches in September and all your neighborhood cats and stuff. Okay, alright. Congrats again. Love you, man.
Hey Erin, I just met you last week in person, and bro, I wish I met you sooner. This quarantine thing sucks, but let me just say, you're such a good storyteller, and I can tell you're loyal as heck, from your stories. And um, yeah, those of you who are not following her on Instagram, follow her at Awkward Rhino. She worked with Joji, as a fashion designer. It's so dope, but yeah, bringing back, just congrats on graduating. I know God's gonna bless you out there in the real world, and yeah, just remember me when you're famous.
What's up, Ethan? I have the great honor of delivering your speech right here on behalf of our fellow brothers and sisters of AA. I first wanted to congratulate you on graduating college. This past year and a half has been super challenging and intense, and it was tough, but graduating from our school's kin department is such a big accomplishment, and I wanted to commend you for that. Not to mention balancing the responsibilities of a full-time student, a part-time PT intern, a D1 basketball player, and a full-time hip-hop dancer. So you should be really proud of yourself, because that is a lot to handle. Before I get super holy with this speech, I wanted to recall two of my favorite memories that I've shared with you. First off, back in spring semester last year, I remember I couldn't play ball during the first 2 weeks because I was recovering from a minor knee procedure that I got over break. With you being my personal trainer, he told me to rest for a couple of weeks and to do a bunch of like random exercises and stretches to accelerate my recovery process. And I was like, oh yes, definitely. I got you, bro. Sounds good, will do. I didn't do any of them. I just went home, sat on a couch, ate. Yeah, literally that next week on Friday, I'm walking over to the gold mine in my basketball shoes, my clothes, everything, ready to play, ready to hoop. The first thing I hear when I walk in is, bro, what are you doing here? Like, bro, you gave me that look, that Ethan look. It's like, bro. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I ended up spraining my ankle in like the second game I played. So, lesson learned: always listen to you, always listen to Ethan. Second memory was at last year's basketball tournament at UCI. I remember we were talking about having like a gauntlet of a team, and like something that would match like the modern day Warriors with Steph, KD, Clay, and Draymond. We ended up losing our first game, but I think it was like 3 to 4 points. It was like to the end. And I think it's me, Tyler, Hanson, and Jeremy were like, nah, that ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it. We gotta make a change. We gotta do something about it. So I threw out the suggestion to them, like, you know what, maybe I should just run the five. You know, I got my Zach LaVine hops. I can crash the boards, go for blocks, post up, do everything. I was being sarcastic, and all three of them were like, dude! And then Jeremy hit us with this classic, let's go! So yeah, before our second game, we were getting warmed up with the layup lines, and I went up to you and I'm like, I know you want me to start at the 2 again like last game, but I really, really want to run the 5. I really think I should play the 5. Everyone agrees with me. The look on your face was absolutely hilarious. You were, you didn't even hesitate. You're like, what the? Why? What the? Nah, I can't do it well, but you're like, nah, we're not doing that. We have Josh on our team ready. Big tall Josh. He's like 8'11", and I was like, yeah, that's true. Whoever thought of that stupid idea. And I kind of walked away from that with my head down. I was kind of sad because I was actually really looking forward to playing the 5 that game. I was like, had my hopes up. And I don't know, I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, there's a lot of memories I have that I shared with you, but I think those 2 really stand out to me. Really defines our relationship. So yeah, with that being said, I wanted to just say thank you for being such a great friend, a true brother in Christ, and probably the most vocal basketball coach and trainer that I've ever met in my entire life. You always reach out to me and check up on me, messaging me every now and then, seeing how I'm doing. Even though we haven't been able to, talk as much this semester or hang out, have as many conversations, like at the tables or playing ball with each other. It's all those little things like you reaching out to me, having conversations with me every week or so. They all mean a lot to me, and I know that our fellow brothers and sisters can agree with me on that. At this time I also just wanted to pray for you. Just wish you the best of luck in your career pursuits and whatever you choose to do in this next chapter of life. I know the Lord has continued to give you his blessing over the past 4 years in college, and I just wanted to remind you to always remember to never lose sight of where you are in your life and to maintain all of trust and faith in him. For me personally, I'm still growing in my relationship in Christ, but you exemplify a lot of what should be transcendent in myself. And we could, all of us can see it through your love, your passion, and commitment to putting others before yourself, and just making sure you look after you, your family, your friends, and all your loved ones. I know that a lot of conversations that we have are super informal, super sarcastic, friendly, random, but time and time again we have these conversations where we just come together, whether it's just us 2 hanging out or with the whole body of AA. We really just take that time to worship the man above and thank him for giving us this blessing in life. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to hopefully linking up with you soon, catching up with you, hanging out with the rest of the bros. I'll continue praying for you and your family, your guys' health during this time. And yeah, bro, stay safe, take care, and let's keep in touch, man. Much love, and hopefully see you at graduation. Peace out.
Hi, Irene. Who says hi? We just wanted to congratulate you on graduating college. So exciting. I also wanted to say how thankful I was to have a friend like you for this past 4 years. College would not have been the same. I just want to say how I really appreciated for all the conversations that we had, all the times we spent together. You were another sister to me, and just the way you showed me love, I would never forget. And I hope I was at least a little bit as a good of a friend to you as you were for me. And I really can't wait to see what God has in store for you for after college. I know you'll be doing great out there. Don't forget me. Text me, message me. I'm always here for you no matter what, and I hope you know that. Yeah, thank you for being my friend, and congrats on graduating. I love you.
Hey Darryl, congrats on graduating, man. I am super happy for you. I'm very excited to see where God is going to use you after graduation and how He's going to use you for His kingdom and His glory. The past 4 years of college have been just a tremendous blessing for myself. In our friendship, some of my fondest memories of our friendship have occurred at the apartment, specifically in Patrick's room. Yeah, if you know, you know. If you'd like to know more about that, maybe ask Pat for his Snapchat numbers. But Darryl, I'm always here for you, bro. I'm praying for you that you would grow to be a man of God and to lean on Him in all the ways in everything you do, and that in life that you would honor Christ above all. So, Darryl, it's been a joy in the past 4 years, and I pray for our continued friendship. Yeah, peace.
Congrats, Kate, for completing 16th grade with your major in molecular cell biology and physiology with a minor in chemistry. You really chose the closest grad school just to be close to me. That's how I know that you are so excited for us to work together in the future. But more importantly, I'm excited that I have the opportunity to continuously bother you whenever I want, as if I already don't do that, even though you're 45 miles away. I have been very blessed to have another sister that I'm stuck with, but someone who has guided me through these past few years of school and life, and has always reminded me to take breaks and have fun and laugh in the midst of difficult work days and midterms. Someone who's always willing to listen to me and give me honest feedback. Someone who's just always willing to keep life interesting and keep me on my toes. I've always appreciated the times during second year when you brought me food and studied with me until like 3 a.m. At the Student Success Center or library, for being willing to study with me at Phil's after church, and sometimes allowing Michael and Patrick to come as well if you were in a good mood, and then leaving when it was dark. Or giving me something to look forward to at work by bringing me coffee, knowing that I like cold brew with less ice, and always getting it in a large size because you know that I drink things fast and will complain I should have gotten a larger size. I pray that you continue to seek and glorify God in everything that you do. I have no doubt that God is going to use you for something amazing and according to His will. And lucky for you, I will be right next to you when that happens to cheer you on. The last thing on this list of things to talk about during this video is to say farewell. But I'm not going to do that. Not just because I don't want to, but because I will see you Monday and Wednesday every week at work this summer. So yeah, see you then.
Hey Kenny, congratulations on graduating. You're finally done. It's awesome. It's been really great to be able to see you and engage with you even during college. I wasn't expecting to know too many people from high school going into college, but it was definitely nice to be able to hang out with you and spend time with you these last 4 years. And I'm really happy that you were able to get plugged into AA and make such great relationships with all the brothers and sisters here, whether through basketball, through fellowship, or through large group and all the other things, men's group and whatnot. It's been really great. Some of my favorite memories are just messing around as we were waiting at the apartments for men's group to start, or just falling asleep at the men's apartment, or me asking you for money a bunch of different times because I didn't have my wallet or whatever it was. We've had a lot of really, really dumb, really funny conversations over the last few years, but I'm excited that you're graduated and you're finally done. So congrats. I hope that whether you go to grad school or you begin working or whatever your future plans are, I hope they go well. And most of all, I hope that you continue to seek out Christ and continue to seek out brothers and sisters and learn more about the faith and know who Christ is and know how much He has done for you on the cross. I really pray that wherever you may end up these next few years, that you would continue to seek out and be faithful and learn more of Christ. It's honestly been such a joy. Even like random spontaneous coming to your house and wishing you happy birthday or whatever it has been. yeah, just a lot of fun conversations, a lot of good memories from college. So yeah, thanks for sticking here with me through the 4 years. I'll still be here for another year, but you know, I've been having a lot of great memories, and hopefully we'll hang out soon. Have time to hang out once, you know, all the COVID stuff is done. But congrats again. I hope you have a wonderful celebration. You know, have fun with family, and then all your celebrations with them as well. So I'll see you soon, hopefully, and congrats.
Hello, Michael. Yes, it's me. I'm doing your spring banquet speech this year. I gotta send you off in the best way possible, hopefully. Where should I start? Oh, dude, I remember like when, okay, honestly, Michael, you're honestly one of the main reasons why I'm still here at AA, and why, okay, that sounds pretty bad, but like honestly, like when I first met you, it was at a Wednesday night ball session. So for those who don't know, we usually ball Wednesday nights after large group from around like 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. And me being a scared little freshman, having no friends at all at Long Beach, I was like, damn, I want to play basketball. I want to make some friends. So I went out. And then I was too scared to play in the 5-on-5 game because everyone was pretty good. I was like, dang, look at these tall, like Asian dudes. They're pretty fast. They're like all like super hyped and like really skilled. And they all like played. I could tell like they've all played together. So I was like, I'm just going to shoot by myself in this other court. And then lo and behold, this dude, Michael, comes over and starts talking to me. And I'm like, why is this dude talking to me, dude? I'm just trying to shoot around. But I think it's because you talked to me and like you just really, I think that was like one of the many moments further on where you really just invested so much time into me and into so many others here in AA. And it's so evident just like in your intentionality and the way like you serve us as your brothers and sisters in Christ. And we really appreciate you for that, Michael. I think like you being men's group leader as a third year, it's definitely not easy. I think, you're bouncing so much on your plate, and just like seeing like how like you have like all these things on your heart that you probably weren't able to do all at once because, well, the pandemic hit. But I mean, there's just like not enough time for you to just do it all. But I appreciate the time that you put into me, especially, and just reaching out to me. I think like quarantine and COVID, or the pandemic, has really brought us more closer, and I'm so grateful for the Lord that because just like in such a unique and weird season as the pandemic, that there's just so much good in it, and that God really works in our lives to just really have the perfect plan for us. And like honestly, it's just so amazing just how God works like in our lives, and especially yours, Michael. Like, I think I'm so encouraged by just your love and dedication for others, but ultimately also for the Lord too. Just like your ways of just discipling like Jaimie last year, or just being discipled by Kyle. Just the way you talk about it, it's just so amazing and encouraging to hear. Just how you have been able to be touched by others, and like, and how others have poured into you, and how you poured to others. It just motivates me to really want to desire to just know God more and just know others more. So I really thank you for that, and just really working them, just like being a part of my life and in college. And I hope like that, even though you're graduating, taking this next step forward in your walk with God, and also just like in life in general, that you just continue to just remember us at AA, but also just remember like that God is the center of your life, and that you should rely on Him in everything that you do, Michael. Dude, it's gonna suck like when school's in person, and I'm not gonna be able to like see you, I guess. Okay, I mean, it's like just like every moment that we had together like in person. I really cherish it, like all the moments that we got a ball, which is like every moment. Just me staying over at your apartment on your couch. It was wow, that felt like such a long time ago, but man, I really appreciate you for that, for letting me stay over just like so much, and just just meeting up again. Like I remember our first meetup in person was at Yago. I know like Ali and like some other people in AA are obsessed with that place. I think it's good. I don't think it's amazing, but I will give it to you this time. But yeah, I think like overall, like just like there's so many fun memories with you, and just the moments that we've been able to really just carry each other's burdens and just pour into each other these past like few years. I'm super grateful for, and I'm really like encouraged just to see like what God has in store for you as you become, or not as you become an adult, as you take this next step into adulthood and just really do adult things, just do big things, Mike. I mean, you're destined for it sounds like so corny, but you're destined for greatness, honestly. Whoever you work for, and like whatever you do, it is all ultimately for the glory of God. And I think whoever has you as an employee is super lucky to have you, especially like your coworkers, your future coworkers, wife, children. If you do desire to get married, I mean, who knows? But yeah, I mean, everyone that you come across, just make sure to just be a light to them, and just be reminded that God is ultimately at work in your life, and He has the perfect sovereign plan for you as you move forward from college. And man, I'm so excited to just see what that plan is for you, God. Man, what that plan is for you, Mike. I hope we'll be able to keep in touch and just really rely on each other these next few years, or just hopefully moving on forward. And yeah, I think like I'm so excited and eternally grateful for you, Mike. So yeah, again, congrats on graduating, and I can't wait to see you again in person. So bye, Mike.
Hey Michelle, I can't believe we've already made it to the end of our senior year, and there's just so many great memories that we've made over the past 2 years, even with the pandemic. I'm still really appreciative of all the boba breaks and trips that we've made, and they will not be ending anytime soon. The past 2 years have been a really great time, getting to know you better, growing closer together, and it's just been really amazing to see how much you've grown, how big of a heart that you have for those around you, how much you care for all of your friends, and especially for your family as well. It really inspires me every day just to think about how much faith that you have in the Lord, and it just really warms my heart. And I hope that we can continue to have this wonderful relationship together. And even though we only have one semester left, I know it'll be a fun one because we get to be roommates, and I'm just looking forward to the experience all together, and I'll see you soon.
Hi, Allyson. I just wanted to say happy graduation. Congratulations. You are done, technically, kind of. You still have a semester left. I just want to thank you so much for doing so much for me and just everything. You literally drove me around everywhere. We'd always get boba together. Just boba, period. But yeah, when we apartmented together, we'd always go like every Friday and just eat our cravings, mac and cheese, Thai food. We got pho together. In a lot of ways, our hangouts was just eating or getting boba, but you know, those are the vibes. Come on. But if I were to say one thing that I really appreciate about you, is the fact that you're just so good at listening and being loving and showing that you care in the way that you listen, because you're so accepting of literally anyone. Like, it doesn't have to be me, it can be like some terrible people out there. I feel like you'd still want to listen to what they had to say and still love them, which is honestly super commendable. You're very sacrificial in the way that you serve and the way that you care about people. You literally drive to freaking NorCal and back. Just, I don't know, if there was like some boba place you really liked, you'd go there with people and you wouldn't mind doing it just because. Okay, I don't know if it's for the people at that point or the boba, but you're literally so down to do anything with people. I think seeing you be so resilient just in your circumstances and the way you treat people, and some harsh situations that might have gone by through college, I would have to say is very encouraging for me to witness. And yeah, it has brought me to a place of more understanding, and I appreciate you a lot for that. I think also I remember it was like when we were apartmenting and you'd always be the person taking care of us, low-key, all of the finances and just doing all of the technical work, you know, the grown-up stuff. And I think that's kind of like the older sister or like the older sibling part of you. And you like just never complain. Like, please, like, I feel like you should complain more because you just do so much for us and you're so willing to do it too. But like, you know, we should get a little like spanking, you know, for being lazy and just relying on you to do most of the work. Yeah, it was always fun like watching basketball with you, talking about basketball with you, even though I didn't really know much, but just watching random shows with you too. Those were always good times at the apartments. Just having our late night talks, you know, those were always good, and just crackhead moments where you just like give me the Allyson look. You're like, like when I do something stupid, and then you're like, and you still put up with me, huh? More like you put up with everyone at the apartments, or everyone in AA, more really. Like you do. I don't know why you're still here, but yeah, lots of love and respect for that. Yeah, thank you so much, Allyson. You were like actually my first friend in AA that I made. And because of you, I think like it helped because we were the same major at first, and that was like something to relate from, and it was just awesome connecting with you. Peace out, girl. We're still gonna see each other because I'm gonna go crash your apartment all the time, okay? Bye-bye.
Hey Pat, it's me, your good old buddy / ex-roommate. They couldn't get Darryl because he was probably busy or he hates you, so they got me instead. No, I'm just kidding. But I wanted to congratulate you on ending your bachelor's degree route. It's been a fun experience being in your company for the last 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. And I want to thank you for being so kind and just accepting of me to that household that we had. And I also wanted to thank you for just driving me everywhere. You know, your exceptional driving ability has made me the driver I am today, and I have you to thank for that. Also, when you're successful, please don't forget about me, because I will 100% forget about you. No, I'm just kidding. But we had a lot of fun memories together, and I think my fondest memory was when COVID was at its peak and it was just me, you, and Hanson at the house. And we had nothing else to do but be in each other's company, you know. You gave me a bunch of free drinks, and I appreciate that because drinks are expensive. Other than that, trust in the Lord always. Let him guide you through your life, and let him continually bless you just like you've been a blessing in mine. So thank you, Pat, and I love you, buddy. Stay safe.
Hi Shanelle, so this is Kaitlyn, and I just wanted to say congratulations, girl, on graduating this year in the class of 2021. I'm like super proud of you, and I know this was probably the moment you've been waiting for, just because this has been a long 4-year college experience for you. I also wanted to say, yeah, like thank you so much for making my AACF experience like such a memorable one. I remember meeting you back at women's retreat, and we basically like sat next to each other, and after sharing our like testimonies, we started like crying on each other's shoulders. I remember when I shared my testimony, like you gave me a huge box of tissue and was patting my back saying, it's okay, girl, like if you ever need anything, like I got your back. So that was such like a sad yet like really defining moment in our friendship, and then our friendship kind of just like shot up from there. So after like women's retreat, we started like talking to each other like right before large group, and we would just be, you know, updating updating each other about like what's been going on in our lives, and then I'm always like bugging you with like random questions as well as questions about psychology, just because we have like the same major and we want to go into the same profession too. And then most of our conversation would be about, you know, just like complaining about like the classes we have. So that was like kind of interesting. Yeah, so afterwards, well, I just also want to like point out that you have such a very like angelical voice. Like whenever you go up and sing in front of like the whole group, like I'm just like so blown away by that. So yeah, keep singing, girl, just because you have such an amazing voice. So I guess like after a large group, so going back to that, yeah, like we would hang out with not only Lydia but also with Jinha too. So that was kind of our like a mini dinner group. So it was like nice being able to like talk about girl stuff and, you know, just again catching up with each other. But at the end of the day, Shanelle, I just wanted to say, yeah, just like thank you so much for being like a sweet and just very wonderful, like amazing sister in Christ. I know whenever I have like my ups and downs, like you're always there to like support me. And I don't know, you just kind of like remind me of myself in some way. Like we're like very emotional, but we are not only, you know, like super soft spoken, but are willing to like listen to others. And I just feel, yeah, whenever I have like things I want to talk about, like I'm super comfortable just like expressing that to you, and I don't think I'll ever like forget those moments. And I'm kind of like sorry, I'm kind of like tearing up right now just like thinking about it. I'm really gonna miss you just because I know like the pandemic kind of cut us short with our like whole friendship journey, but again, you've been super incredible. And I'm not only gonna miss you, but I just hope to, you know, like catch up with you soon. So yeah, I definitely have a lot to like catch up with you about. I know we've been kind of talking with each other like on social media just because, you know, the pandemic kind of made us worry about like meeting up with each other. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon, girl. Bye.
Hi Wesley, this is me and my dog Vanilla, and even though we haven't talked a lot, it's very encouraging to see your hard-working nature and that you want to do things to please the Lord without any selfish gain. Yeah, I really pray that as these years go on, when we graduate and hopefully grad school, optometry school, wherever the Lord leads you, that you just trust Him with everything. You're really smart, and that's really a gift that the Lord has given you. And yeah, I just pray that you're able to trust Him and be content with wherever He places you. I'd also like to say that you are good at basketball, despite you saying that you're not, but you really are good at basketball. So yeah, bye Wesley, hope to see you soon.
Hi Jaimie, I just want to say congrats on graduating. I know that these past 2 years from transferring to Long Beach, they have just been an unexpected experience, but one thing that I'm really grateful for is our friendship and just the ways that you've been able to encourage and give advice to me as a sister and as well as a fellow psych major. And yeah, just I remember back when you first came out to AA and we had our scooter race by the parking structure on the way out for large group dinner. Of course, me always on Brendan's scooter. Those are some good memories, and yeah, I just want to say that as you transition out from college into a new chapter of life, just of adulting. I know that it may seem exciting but also daunting. Just know that God has your back, and just continue to trust and rely on Him as He guides you. And I know that wherever you end up, that it will just be such a blessing to those around you with your joyfulness, and which is one thing that I've been encouraged by, just how you always seem to be upbeat and have a smile on your face. And so I think that will be a blessing to those around you in the future. And just want to encourage you to not only keep running physically, I know you have your marathon coming up, but to keep faithfully running the race spiritually as well. And I hope to see you cross the finish line at your marathon. Alright.
Hi Lydia, congrats on graduating. I just wanted to say that literally from the first time I met you on Zoom, I saw that you just had such a welcoming and cheery nature around you, and that really made me feel comfortable talking to you. And then we met in person. I was like, wow, she's so cool. So I was just super excited to be able to have you as my discipler. And even though we've only gone on one boba date, I look forward to all of the times we'll be able to spend together in the future, just because you're such a wog, you're such a woman of God, and I really look up to that. I'm sure you really inspire a lot of other people around you as well. I'll be praying for your post-grad life, and that God will just continue to take you to amazing places and touch so many more people. So again, congrats on graduating. Thank you for everything.
Hello, Joy! It's from your twin, Joyce, and I just want to say congrats for graduating. Woo! It's definitely not easy, and I definitely think it's something that people just take for granted a lot of times, assume that we're going to graduate, but I know it's been a long 4 years and that you've tried your very best. Even if it feels like you might say that you haven't tried your best, played maybe a little bit too much Among Us or Smash sometimes, or watch a lot of Twitch, but I think you tried your best, especially given like a lot of our circumstances. We're not only students, but we also try to be a light of this world. And I definitely see you being a light in my life. I know you're always so kind and giving, and you always really considerate of like other people's feelings. And I think it's always so encouraging whenever I talk to you or the people in our LTC group, how we're always so willing to pray for one another, so willing to just love on one another. And that really shows me a lot of God's love sometimes, when it can be sometimes difficult to feel when we're struggling, right? And I just want to say that, as we graduate, I'm sure that you're holding like a lot of anxiety about like, well, what do I do now? And suddenly we're kind of pushed to the bottom of the pyramid again, unfortunately. But I just want to remind you that like God loves you so, so much, right? He wants the best plan for yourself. If you're not sure of yourself and what you're capable of, which you should be because you're an amazing designer and fashion major and you're so kind and have a wonderful personality, well then you can trust in God, right? We can always luckily ask Him for all the strength that He's given us and the wisdom. And even when we feel so worthless, when we feel so insufficient, you can always lean back on the community like me and Vincent and Grace and other people. And we're always there to help you and lift you up and just remind you just like how valuable you are and just how God sees you, how you're a precious child of His. So actually, like, as you're graduating, like, I'm so excited to see what God has in store for you. I think He has these like really amazing plans that like I or you probably can't see, but it's so exciting that you can become a light in the world for the working field too. And I'm just so excited that even like during the pandemic, God has blessed me the opportunity to know such a wonderful person like you, that we can get so close together, stay up sometimes a little too late playing Smash, talking to each other on Discord and queuing up songs, and then you start pleading, "Don't go!" I think all of that is like so heartwarming, and I really enjoy spending so much time with you. So once again, congratulations on graduating. This is a big step into the future, but we don't have to be anxious or worried because we have God on our side, and if we have God on our side, there is nothing to fear. So one of the Bible verses I just want to leave you off with is Joshua 1:9, which says, "Be strong and courageous, do not be frightened, and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." So yeah, I hope that can encourage you. And unfortunately, I can't be there in person during your Zoom graduation, but I'll be there online, always supporting you and praying for you. So once again, congrats, Joy. And I don't know how to sign off of these things, so I'm just gonna wave and say bye. Bye.
Hello. AACF also, this is, the speech for Austin. Crazy, who would have done it for Austin? Actually, there is a lot of people. Austin's just amazing. Alright, here's your speech, Austin. I'm gonna, just talk directly to you, My hyung, alright? Where do I even begin? You're kind of cool, just a little bit, Very thankful for. What am I thankful for? Very thankful for the things that you helped me with. How do we even begin? We began with I met you, and then we just started betting, and then Smash happened, and then Tetris, and then chess, and we would always just bet. Boba. But we furthering ourselves, man. We're becoming better people out here. You got better in chess, you got better in Smash, you got better in Tetris. Because you're kind of driven. Yeah, I would say you're kind of driven. And because of that drive, you're able to succeed in those tasks. Even though sometimes you might not know what to do or how to proceed. You just get it done, which is something I really admire about you. Also, I just really enjoy the fun times we go. My hair's kind of a mess, but yeah, I just enjoy the fun times we get to go out to eat. When we hang out, when you come over. We play Smash. Yeah, I just really enjoy the times we had for fellowship. Volleyball is amazing too. You were kind of bad. You were really, really bad, but you just improved, which is a trait that you don't see in much people. People just give up usually, I'm not gonna get better at this or stuff like that. But you do get better, even better than me. I admit it. You became actually I won't admit it, but you got better in chess. Okay, you got better in chess. I do know that the time you spent in AA was kind of short. Half of it was spent in quarantine. Just got myself some pudding. But even though it was short, make the most of it. You would be willing to go out of your way to hang out with people. You would be willing to just talk to people, and I see that serve even as men's group. when you saw the problems that you wanted to improve on, you would get to it. That is something that I really appreciate. There was a time when I was going through a rough time that you comforted me. You know when that was, but we don't disclose that here. We don't disclose that here. Yeah, I really enjoyed the AOT gang. Me, you, Kaitlyn, Jaimie, and just the times we got to spend together. This is not the end though, so I'm definitely gonna ring you up and we're gonna hang out and stuff. But that is one thing I see God really stirring in you. Your willingness to go out of your way to help people or even just be there for them. I'm sure it's like different for certain people, but for me, I'm really thankful for all the things that you've done in my life. That's why I could say you're my xiong, okay? You're my brother. Okay, it sounds kind of weird, but yeah, I hope you... Actually, no, I'll see you around. This is not the end. This ain't the end. It ain't over yet. Yeah. But this is my speech, and I will continue to be praying for you with your whole life thing going on. And just knowing that God will continue to walk alongside and bring you many blessings. So yeah. See ya.